Today, guys, I'm going to test the theory. Do CSGO skins actually make you better at the game, or is it simply just a placebo? Let's figure it out. Hey, what's up guys, it's Turbo here and welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're going to test the theory, do CSGO skins make you better? And we're going to be using the scientific method to help us figure it out. So today I'm going to be the guinea pig and I'm going to kind of test the waters and see if skins make me play better. And then of course, if you guys do end up enjoying today's video, I might do a part 2 in the future where I will put other people as well as maybe some YouTubers up to the test and we'll figure out more conclusively. Because I mean, there's only so much I can do by myself. But before we actually get into the experiments and everything, first I want to let you guys know that this video is sponsored by my second channel. Consider checking out my second channel and the Discord server and my Twitch and my Instagram and my Twitter. All the links are in the description down below. I've been uploading a lot of high quality content on the second channel, and I think you guys would really like it if you guys like gameplay stuff. Anyways, let's figure this out. So anyways, guys, we're going to be breaking all the tests into 3 different categories. So just pure aim, pure movement, and then a combination of aim and movement. I'm going to be running through each test 5 different times, and we're going to take the average, and we're going to see if expensive skins really do make a difference. So for test number 1, I'm going to be hopping on the map Aimbots, and I'm going to get 100 kills, basically 15 different times. So let's jump into it. By the way, for all of these tests, between each one, I actually did take a short break just to stretch and relax and just, prepare myself for the next round to try to be as consistent as possible. So for the first set of challenges, we actually ended up, we had no skins whatsoever. We took off the gloves and we had the default AK and the default knife. And these were the results. For the first run, we got 71 seconds. For the second run, we got 74 seconds. For the third run, we got 65. For the fourth, we got 66. And for the fifth one, we got 72. So it was an average of 69.9 seconds, pretty much to kill 100 bots on Aimbots. And then for test number 2, I decided to put on, so we didn't actually run a pair of gloves, but we did put on the AK Asimov and we put on a gut knife Tiger Tooth. This is basically to represent like the average CSGO player, because I feel like an AK Asimov is a skin that's attainable for a majority of the people who play the game. So I wanted to try to keep the results as consistent as possible amongst pretty much everything. So I went with the Asimov because there's an AWP and there's an AK, and those are like the 2 main things that we really need. Plus, I feel like the Asimov is one of the most popular medium tier skins, so I felt like it was a good pick. Anyways, let's get on to the times for basically medium tier skins. And so test number 1, we got about 72 seconds, which is actually really good compared to like the first run. And then for test number 2, we got 65 seconds, which was actually on par with the fastest time from the original test without skins. For test number 3, we got 63 seconds, which was faster than anything we did without skins. For test number 4, we got another 63 seconds, and then test number 5 was 65 seconds. And the overall average was 65.6 seconds, so about 4 seconds faster than without skins. So this kind of makes me think that maybe having skins actually does make you better, but to get more conclusive results, let's do the tests with the more expensive high tier skins. And then for the final set of tests to overall test our aiming abilities, we basically put on the Pandora's box gloves, which are the most expensive gloves in the game. These ones are minimal wear. And then we put on a AK-47 Wild Lotus, which is, in my opinion, is probably the best AK in the game, besides Blue Gems. But yeah, the Wild Lotus, though, is definitely the most expensive AK in the game when you just look at, like, non-pattern-based skins. And then I also threw on the Karambit Sapphire. It doesn't really matter too much because we're not bringing it out, but that's pretty much the loadout for the super high-tier, god-tier inventory. And the results were kind of shocking. So for test number 1, we ended up getting 63 seconds. Then on test 2, we got 57 seconds. On test 3, we got 62 seconds. And then on test 4, we got 56 seconds, which is by far the fastest time we've gotten. And then test number 5 was a little bit slower at 65 seconds. But overall, the average was 60.6 seconds, which is 5 seconds faster than with cheaper skins and almost 10 seconds faster, so about 9.5 seconds faster than without skins at all. So basically, over not having skins, it was a 13.5% speed increase, which is pretty freaking insane. So how was I feeling? Basically, I guess when I had the higher tier skins, I just felt more confident and I just felt like, I don't know, it's really hard to explain. But because I had higher tier skins on, I guess it boosted my confidence to where I was just able to aim better and I was just more consistent. And I guess also to a certain extent, I had some time to warm up, but there was a big discrepancy between the first round of tests and then the higher tier test. But for me specifically, according to this test, I actually aim better with higher tier skins. But now let's get on to the next round of tests, and that is movement. So for the movement, I decided to use a map called Movement Challenge by Eletical. Pretty much all the maps I used were made by the exact same person, and I will leave all the links in the description down below if you guys want to go download them yourself and try them out. But for this test, I decided to just do it 3 times because it would have been way too time consuming if I did it 5 times. But yeah, I pretty much went through the map 3 different times and we took all the averages. So for the first set of tests, just to be kind of the control, we used the default knife. And essentially on the first test, we got 1 minute and 43 seconds. On the second test, we got 2 minutes and 12 seconds. And on the third test, we got 1 minute and 33 seconds. So the average was 109.3 seconds. Now we're moving on to the more medium tier skin kind of test. This time we had no gloves, but we did put on the gut knife tiger tooth, and we essentially went through the entire course. Well, we went through it 3 times again, and the times were actually kind of shocking. Believe it or not, with this knife right here, with the gut knife tiger tooth, we were actually slower than the first test by a pretty significant amount. So for test number 1, we got 116 seconds, or 1 minute 56. For test number 2, we got 2 minutes and 21 seconds. And for test number 3, we got 1 minute and 57 seconds. And the average was 124.6 seconds, which was about 15 seconds slower than with the default knife, which is kind of weird because you would expect it to be a little bit faster. I feel like because I didn't have a pair of gloves and I had the knife, I feel like it was kind of like holding me back a little bit to a certain extent. And also, to be fair, I was getting kind of stuck on this spot right here, so it wasn't a good time. Now, of course, we have all the runs with the high tier, god tier skins. And of course, we are using the Pandora's boxes again, and then we're using the Karambit Sapphire, which I feel like is probably one of the best Karambits in the game in my opinion. And the times actually for this one were much faster than both other results. So we got a better time than with the gut knife, and then we also got a better time with the default knife while using these super high tier skins right here. And I don't really know why. I don't know if it's because of the skins, because I was just feeling more confident and I was just hitting more stuff. Or maybe it was just, I mean, there's one part of the map that I'm very inconsistent where I just keep messing up over and over again. And it's more luck based than skill based. So I feel like that could have impacted the results a little bit, but I definitely felt a lot more confident using the high tier skins. And I think it's just because they look really cool. And if you hit something with a nice skin, I feel like it makes that clip even better. But anyways, on to the times. So for test number 1, we ended up getting 1 minute 35, which is actually faster than any other time that we've gotten so far. On test number 2, we got 1 minute 39. And on test number 3, we got 1 minute 17. And the average was 90.3 seconds. So about 30 seconds or about 25 seconds faster than with the gut knife, and about 19 or so seconds faster than with the default knife. So definitely a huge improvement. So in terms of movement, do we have any conclusions that we can really come to? Not really. It's pretty inconclusive. I would have to test with more people to really figure it out. But for me, my movement seems to be better when I use better skins. And I feel like this third and final test that we're about to get into is probably the most conclusive, just because it takes everything into account. It takes movement and aim into account because it's just, well, it's essentially it's an aim course. And I did this a total of 15 times, of course, just like the first test. It's the Eletical Aim Course 2, which all the links will be in the description down below. But I feel like this is a really good map for something like this because it tests not only your AK skill, but your AK skill while moving, also your deagle skill and your op skill. You have to use 3 different weapons. I feel like it's a great way to like test your overall abilities. So anyways, on to the times though. So for the first test without any skins whatsoever, for test 1, we got 56 seconds. For test 2, we got 60 seconds. For test 3, we got 64 seconds. For test 4, we got 70 seconds, which was the slowest. And then for test 5, we got 61 seconds. The overall average was 62.2 seconds. So overall, not too bad. But now it's time to see if skins make a difference. So for the medium tier skins, we basically use the AK Asimov again, we use the Op Asimov, and we use the Deagle Mecha Industries. And then for the knife, of course, we had the Gut Knife Tiger Tooth. In terms of overall results, I was actually kind of surprised. So we were only a little bit faster than without the skins. So for test 1 with cheap skins, we got 54 seconds. For test 2, we got 64 seconds. For test 3, we got 57 seconds. For test 4, we got 57 seconds again. And then for test 5, we got 64 seconds. And the overall average was 59.2 seconds. So about 3 seconds faster than without skins. So a very minor improvement. But the real results came from actually using the high tier expensive skins. And you guys are not going to believe how much faster it was. Like, I don't know if it was just because like I was more warmed up, but I mean, this was after like a long day of practice and warming up and everything. And I feel like, you know, before I started the tests, I made sure I was fully warmed up to make sure the results were going to be as consistent as possible. But anyways, though, so for the expensive skins, we used the AK Wild Lotus, we used the Pandora's Boxes, of course, again, we used the Karambit Sapphire, and then we used the Op Gun gear. And then for test number 1, we got 52 seconds, which was actually the fastest time so far. For test number 2, we got 57 seconds. And then believe it or not, for test 3, 4, and 5, we got 52 seconds. And that brought the overall average to 53 seconds. So almost 10 seconds faster than without skins, and about 6 or so seconds faster than with cheap skins. So across the board, expensive skins made me play better just in general. I tested this like multiple times to try to get the most consistent results, and yeah, they kind of speak for themselves. But if you guys want to see a part 2 to this, drop a like, and you know, we'll definitely get some more people to, you know, come on board. Maybe we'll even get a couple YouTubers. That'd be a lot of fun. But like, I'm kind of a small YouTuber, so it's hard for me to get in contact with YouTubers. But I mean, if you guys want a part 2, just let me know and I will try to make it happen. But anyways, guys, so on to the overall conclusion. So, do expensive CSGO skins make you better at the game? I don't know. Honestly, there's no real way to know 100% just based off of these results alone, because I'm just one person. The only way to really find out is to test it multiple times with multiple different people, because everyone's different. You know, because I play better with skins, like there might be someone else who plays better with default skins, right? So, but overall, I thought this was a really fun video to make, and I thought it was really fascinating just to think about, like, do skins actually improve your skill? And I feel like, from my experience, they do to a certain extent, because they kind of help boost your confidence. Like, I feel like if you're holding a Dragon Lore, you'll play better than if you have like a default op, you know, because you get a little mini adrenaline rush because it's such a insane skin. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you guys want more stuff in the future, just of course, let me know. And if you guys enjoyed it, drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to click that bell icon. Also join the Discord server, check out my second channel, check out my Twitch. Pretty much all the links are in the description down below. I mentioned that earlier, but I'm pretty active on all my social media and I like interacting with you guys. It really makes my day. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Stay safe, stay hydrated, and I will see you guys in the next one. It's Turbo, and I'm out. Peace.